Today, we are diving deep into the world of traditional crafts, and we're going to explore their surprisingly powerful place in our super modern, tech-driven lives. Let's jump right in. So here's the big question, right? In a world that's all about AI and automation, where do things made slowly by hand actually fit in? As algorithms and robots build more and more of our world, what happens to all that knowledge held in human hands? What's the value in that slow, deliberate, and sometimes imperfect process of making something? I think this quote about Moroccan zellige tile work just nails it. Craft, you see, isn't just about making an object. It's an entire experience. It's about celebrating those little variations, that human touch that mass production it can never, ever replicate. And that idea, finding real value in imperfection, that's the heart of what we're talking about today. All right, first up, crafting the future. We're going to look at how these ancient skills are finding totally new value in today's world. So to really get a feel for this, we're going to take a quick trip around the world. Honestly, it's the best way to grasp the incredible diversity and depth of what traditional craft truly means. So what are we even talking about here? Well, a traditional handicraft isn't just a hobby. It's a living, breathing system of knowledge. It's this amazing blend of technical skill, a deep, deep understanding of local materials, and designs that are just packed with cultural meaning, all passed down from one generation to the next. Okay, take a look at Ghanaian Kente weaving. This is so much more than just a beautiful piece of cloth. It's practically a language. Every single pattern, every color tells a story about history, about social status, about some important event. It's like a tangible piece of intangible heritage. And these amazing crafts are born in places just like this. These aren't just stores, they're cultural centers. In many African communities, woodworking isn't just for making tables and chairs. It's a way to tell stories, to connect with the spiritual world, and to literally strengthen the bonds of the community. And this is happening all over the globe. Think about the mind-blowing, nail-less precision of Japanese joinery, or the way Moroccan zellige has literally shaped a nation's architecture, or the sheer artistry of Murano glass. These aren't just isolated hobbies, they are pillars of cultural identity everywhere. But, and this probably won't surprise you, these traditions are under some serious pressure. We're looking at a world at risk. Okay, I want you to really think about this for a second. After agriculture, the handmade sector is the world's second largest employer. The second. This is not some tiny niche market. We are talking about a massive global workforce whose livelihoods are completely tied up in these skills. So what are the threats? Well, it's kind of a perfect storm, really. You've got intense competition from cheap, mass-produced stuff. The cost of raw materials is going up. There's a serious lack of financial support. For so many artisans, their income depends on the whims of the tourist season. And maybe the scariest part? That chain of knowledge from master to apprentice, it's starting to break. And this isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. This quote from a handicraft trader in Ghana, it just puts a human face on the whole crisis. It's a simple, almost desperate plea for the kind of basic financial help most businesses just take for granted. Without it, entire cultural traditions and the people they support could just fold up. But this is not a sad story. Not at all. It's actually a story of a revolution. We're seeing this powerful shift in how we value craft, and we're starting to reframe it as an absolutely essential part of our future. And let's be clear, this revolution has some serious economic muscle behind it. We're talking about a sector that's already pulling in over $500 billion a year, and it's projected to hit $1 trillion pretty soon. This is a huge economic engine, and it's mostly supporting women, young people, and folks in rural areas. So what's behind this comeback? It's a change in what we value. Where mass production gives you anonymity, artisanal goods give you a rich story, a human touch. While factories can be high energy, crafts often use local, natural, sustainable materials. And while mass production makes everything the same, handcrafted items are packed with history, identity, and that beautiful, celebrated imperfection we talked about. So at the end of the day, why does this matter so much right now? Well, because preserving these crafts keeps cultural identity alive. It provides crucial income for some of the world's most vulnerable people. It protects this huge library of knowledge about sustainable materials. And this is a big one, it meets a growing demand from all of us for products that are authentic, ethical, and have a real story to tell. So the problem is pretty clear, and the potential is just massive. The big question is, how do we actually do it? How do we weave these ancient traditions into our modern economy in a way that's fair, ethical, and sustainable? Well, it looks like there's a clear three-step path forward. First, ethical sourcing. That means fair trade standards. Second, we have to invest directly in passing these skills on, making sure that hands-on knowledge isn't lost forever. And third, using huge global platforms like UNESCO to protect and promote these traditions for the whole world to see. And you know what? We've got amazing real-world examples of this working. Look at a giant like IKEA. They're not just buying products off a shelf. They're actually co-designing whole collections with artisan communities in places like India and Jordan. This model gives people long-term stable income and makes sure traditional skills like weaving and embroidery don't just survive, they actually thrive. Or take a huge retailer like Williams-Sonoma. They've put up a massive $50 million commitment to source ethically handcrafted goods. And by partnering with nonprofits like Nest, they're making sure their supply chain has fair wages and safe conditions, which benefits tens of thousands of workers, most of whom are women. It's a game changer. And then there's the big picture policy stuff. UNESCO is absolutely crucial here. By calling out crafts like Indonesian batik or that Kenti weaving we saw earlier as intangible cultural heritage, it gives them this layer of protection, recognition, and prestige that helps keep these traditions safe for all of us. And that brings us right back to where we started. See, this isn't a battle between the past and the future. It's not craft versus code or handmade versus automated. The real exciting challenge is figuring out how to weave them together. How do we bring the deep, ancient wisdom of the human hand into the very fabric of our modern world? Now that is a future worth building.